Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, December 8th at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 718 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Mark Meadows sues Nancy Pelosi, Capitol Riot Committee. Manchin says he wouldn't defy parliamentarian on immigration. Southwest Airlines to introduce new fare category with perks customers will happily pay for. Mandatory food recycling to begin in California next year. Scuba diving YouTuber discovers submerged car of Tennessee teens who disappeared 21 years ago. Coast Guard diver pulls body from car above Niagara Falls. Car of a missing college student and skeletal remains found in an unsolved 4-decade-old case. Vegas judge mulls evidence question in Ruggs fatal DUI case. Canada joins US and allies in Beijing Olympics boycott. SEAL Team 8 commander died Tuesday following training accident. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Mark Meadows sues House January 6 committee to block subpoenas, CNN. Kim Potter trial begins in case of former officer charged with Daunte Wright shooting, The Washington Post. Jury begins deliberations in Jussie Smollett's trial for alleged hoax hate crime, CNN. Biden's carbon-neutral order praised for aligning government power with climate goals, Live, The Guardian. Pfizer says booster neutralized Omicron but variant may elude 2 doses, The Wall Street Journal. How Schumer and McConnell got the debt deal done, Politico. Scott Peterson, convicted of killing pregnant wife Lacey Peterson, resentenced to life in prison, NBC News. Halo Infinite Skull locations, Halo Infinite Wiki Guide, IGN. Coast Guard rescuers pull woman's body from car in frigid rapids near edge of Niagara Falls, USA Today. Kanye West and Drake concert has Larry Hoover concerned, according to his son, XXLMAG.com. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Should we electrocute the oceans to curb climate change? That's one idea. Rachel Rollins confirmed as Massachusetts historic top federal prosecutor. Border wall land taken from Texas family returned after legal battle. Your mom may feel closer to her grandkids than to you. Here's why, study. Senator Ron Johnson claims unvaccinated put basically into internment camps abroad. Republicans claim Rep. Ilhan Omar never apologized, but she has. COVID cases spike even as U.S. hits 200 vaccine milestone. Flavor Flav aims for sobriety following dismissal of battery charge. Jennifer Aniston is done taking really hurtful pregnancy rumors personally. Rep. Ocasio-Cortez absolutely wrecks Rep. Boebert Obregon-themed Christmas pic. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Female commander outlines challenges ahead. Wrongly convicted man released after 27 years. Food pantry helps provide fresh groceries. Professor creates special mask for singers. Wrong way driver slams into 18-wheeler. Documents don't tie man to Delphi cold case. Neighborhood mourns loss of Carl the Turkey. MO man arrested after threat to shoot students. Historic Kansas house moved to the country for new owners. Pregnant woman shot to death. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Schools are closing classrooms on Fridays. Parents are furious. Meadows sues Pelosi in bid to block January 6 committee subpoena. Greg Tate, influential critic of black culture, dies at 64. Business updates, head of Instagram testifies before Senate panel. Trial over Daunte Wright's death begins. More than 200 million Americans are fully vaccinated. Biden orders federal vehicles and buildings to use renewable energy by 2050. Ally, member or partner, NATO's long dilemma over Ukraine. 4 takeaways from the 8th day of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. De Blasio fought for 2 years to keep ethics warning secret. Here's why. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Feds talking to Tesla about video game feature that you can use while driving. Police officers brave freezing water to rescue stranded dog. COVID cases top 100K per day despite U.S. hitting 200 vaccine milestone. Baltimore mayor walks away after reporter questions his crime drop claims. Department of Justice funds enforcement for APIS, special domestic violence criminal jurisdictions and APIS, in 11 tribal nations. Los Angeles teen killed a day after boy, 12, fatally shot and girl, 9, wounded in shooting. Carjackings, vehicle thefts skyrocketing across the country. Arizona Attorney General Brnovich slams Biden over APIS, politically correct APIS, choice for new CBP head. Senator Bogdell, remembering his lasting legacy. Guatemalan president says he and APIS had no direct contact with White House since borders are Harris and APIS, June meeting. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, December 8th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Black Jack Lanza has died at 86, hailed as one of the greatest minds in the business. Toddler, 2, dies and his baby brother is fighting for life after botched circumcisions. New Zealand bans smoking, young people will never buy cigarettes as nation goes smoke-free. Play your part, urged Boris Johnson, as the nation threw rich teas at Telly, Henry Deeds. Tory fury at Boris's Plan B after PM orders return to WFH, more masks and COVID passports. How to get the price sticker off Christmas presents without ripping the tag or leaving residue. Report proposes 6 ways to geoengineer Earth's oceans to combat climate change. Passengers are evacuated from London's King's Cross station. Jockey Robbie Dunn saw himself as enforcer of outdated sexist traditions in racing, hearing told. I'm a Celebrity 2021, Naughty Boy becomes 4th campmate to bid farewell to Gryte Castle. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Kremlin sees expanded talks with U.S. on Ukraine crisis after Putin call with Biden. Biden summit, what's democracy got to do with it? India's military chief dies in helicopter crash that kills 13. China is the world's biggest captor of journalists with 127 detained, report says. French authorities release man held as suspect in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, citing an identity mix-up. Palestinian girl stabs Israeli woman in Jerusalem in new wave of lone wolf attacks. Discriminatory coronavirus rules leave expats frustrated while sparking diplomatic disputes. U.S. Treasury, El Salvador government negotiated with gangs. Homegrown film on Haiti's challenges stirs national pride. UN Secretary General in isolation after coronavirus contact. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden's carbon neutral order praised for aligning government power with climate goals, Live. Capitol attack panel says no choice but to advance contempt charges for Mark Meadows. 3 doses of Pfizer vaccine likely to protect against Omicron infection, tests suggest. Instagram CEO testifies before Congress over platform's impact on kids. Overwhelming evidence against Jussie Smollett, says prosecution in closing arguments. Greenwood shines but Manchester United struggle in young boys draw. Bayern Munich and San consign Barcelona to Europa League ignominy. Johnson promises sanctions if no 10-party broke rules and pays tribute to Allegra Stratton, video. Boris Johnson rushes in COVID plan B amid Christmas party scandal. Ghislaine Maxwell trial, third accuser's ex-boyfriend corroborates her account. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Jury begins deliberating in Josh Duggar child porn trial. Head of Instagram grilled by Senate panel amid controversies. Elizabeth Holmes wraps up cross-examination. Omicron live updates, 11 medical center staffers test positive, some with Omicron. Leaking California oil pipe safeguards not fully working. California plans to be abortion sanctuary if Roe overturned. Tennessee medical board takes virus misinformation policy offline. It's just crazy. 12 major cities hit all-time homicide records. Search for monsters launched after 2 children among 3 killed. Biden's first public comments after virtual call with Putin. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Capitol riot, lawmakers to hold ex-Trump chief of staff in contempt. Ghislaine Maxwell, ex-boyfriend of accuser corroborates account. Netherlands to buy Rembrandt standard bearer self-portrait. Elizabeth Holmes testifies she never misled investors. UK and Canada join diplomatic boycott of China Winter Olympics. Tiger Woods will make his return at PNC Championship alongside son Charlie. Boss says sorry for blundered Zoom firing of 900 staff. Jamal Khashoggi, France releases Saudi man held over journalist's murder. COVID, Pfizer says booster shot promising against Omicron. Germany's Olaf Scholz takes over from Merkel as Chancellor. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. West Side Story revitalized with in-depth characters, new script. Opening statements in officer's trial in Minneapolis. Coast Guard rescuers pull woman's body from car in frigid rapids near edge of Niagara Falls. Scott Peterson resentenced to life in wife's death. Rescue attempt after car plunges near Niagara Falls. Delta drives surge in U.S. cases before Omicron gains foothold. Pfizer says booster protects against new variant. Latest COVID-19 updates. Our best defense, Pfizer says third dose of its COVID vaccine protects against Omicron. Pelosi, never forgive Trump, lackeys for January 6th. More than 50 earthquakes rumble off Oregon coast over 24-hour period. Jury hears opening statements in trial of former Minnesota police officer Kim Potter. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. OC Bishop decries media frenzy over alleged hazing at Mater Dei High School. Echo Park resident sues Los Angeles Police Department, alleging brutal assault by officers near protest. The OC sheriff fired a deputy for tossing evidence, now he has to be reinstated. LA County to pay $2.75 million in deputy beating of mentally ill man. Nearly 500 LA Unified employees lose their jobs for failing to get COVID-19 vaccine. California Attorney General to investigate Torrance police after racist text scandal. 10 personal stories from Time staff writers in 2021. Signs of Omicron found in California wastewater, suggesting variant is widespread. Could the timing be worse? Omicron hits as college students travel for winter break. Torrance police traded racist, homophobic texts. It could jeopardize hundreds of cases. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, December 8, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Europe's middle class has been strong for 2 decades while America's was squeezed by an explosion of debt, report says. Canada officially bans LGBTQ+ conversion therapy. New Zealand will ban young people from ever being able to purchase tobacco in their lifetimes under new plans to make New Zealand smoke-free. Chilean presidential candidate's father was member of Nazi Party. South Africa reports nearly 20,000 COVID-19 cases, an Omicron wave record. Finland PM apologizes for staying out clubbing till 4 a.m. despite COVID exposure. Trudeau announces diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics. Biden says U.S. troops off the table to defend Ukraine against Russian invasion. India's military chief, 12 others killed in helicopter crash. Qatar removes some anti-Semitic, violent material from school textbooks. Tokyo to recognize same-sex partnerships. Cartels are hiring kids to be hitmen. UK conglomerate Jardines caught red-handed clearing orangutan habitat in Sumatra. Jardines subsidiary is deforesting the only known habitat of the critically endangered Tapanuli orangutan, despite promising to stop. Leaked video and story of number 10 government laughing about secret Christmas party amid COVID restrictions. French authorities release man held as suspect in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, blaming an identity mix-up. The next headlines are from Forbes. Former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows sues Pelosi and January 6 panel. Billionaire Publix heiress Carol Jenkins Barnett dead at 65. EXO member Kai joins BTS's Jin and Jungkook with his new Billboard chart hit. The tragic and needless destruction of Raj Rajaratnam, prize giver extraordinaire. Biden orders federal government to become carbon neutral by 2050. Mindset matters, the responsibility of corporate behavior in magnifying the disability economy. Jonah talks Battle of Los Angeles 2022, NJPW and wanting a match with Keith Lee. Don't Look Up review, apocalypse comedy cannot compete with reality. Mackenzie Scott makes a U-turn on transparency, keeps latest philanthropy donation secret. Closures, accidents, illness, Broadway's recovery is a work in progress. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Omicron likely to weaken COVID vaccine protection. What surveys really say. Structural basis of inhibition of the human SGLT2, MAP17 glucose transporter. Industry demand drives innovation. Benefits of mega studies for testing behavioral interventions. The $11 billion Webb telescope aims to probe the early universe. Collective durotaxis along a self-generated stiffness gradient in vivo. An IPCC reviewer shares his thoughts on the climate debate. Mega studies improve the impact of applied behavioral science. Structures of the sub-2 receptor-enabled docking for bioactive ligand discovery. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,749,769,054 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The Weeknd, Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande topped all 2021 radio plays, per Mediabase report. TV ratings, live in front of a studio audience charms key viewers with nostalgia. The Harder They Fall takes number 1 slot on AAFCA's Top 10 Films of 2021 list, Film News in Brief. Hawkeye directors break down that dazzling car chase, and the debut of, spoiler, in Episode 4. Webfest Berlin goes live with diverse slate of short-form series. Dealmakers Conversation, David Zaslav hunts for tours to lead entrepreneurial Warner Brothers, Discovery. Horizon Media, Madison Avenue's longtime independent media shop, sells minority stake. CBS to air Beyond the Edge, a Survivor-like competition featuring celebrities competing in Panama. Michelle Zauner turning her best-selling memoir into a film and Japanese breakfasts 2 Grammy nominations. Russian backing creates new opportunities for Webfest Berlin. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. D.C. Council renames the street in front of the Saudi embassy after Jamal Khashoggi. Trial begins for ex-officer Kim Potter, who fatally shot Daunte Wright. A Coast Guard diver pulls a body from a submerged car just yards from Niagara Falls. Elizabeth Holmes spent 7 days defending herself against fraud. Will the jury buy it? A Texas school district is reviewing 400 library books after a GOP lawmaker's inquiry. The UAE is adopting a 4.5-day workweek and a Saturday-Sunday weekend. Some lockdown drills can harm students' mental health. Here's what one expert advises. 50 earthquakes hit off the Oregon coast, but scientists say they're no great shakes. Studies suggest sharp drop in vaccine protection versus Omicron, yet cause for optimism. A federal judge dismisses Rose McGowan's lawsuit against Harvey Weinstein. The following headlines are from The Week. Nancy Pelosi, I will never forgive Trump and his lackeys and his bullies for January 6th trauma. A group of far-right Oath Keepers reportedly went to Olive Garden after storming the Capitol. Is the dream of an emerging Democratic majority dead? Bob Dole's hometown mourns not only his death, but his one-of-a-kind political style. Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings will continue sharing Jeopardy! Hosting duties through summer 2022. Biden should treat the Ukraine situation like the Cuban Missile Crisis. UK official Allegra Stratton resigns over leaked Christmas party jokes that left Johnson sickened and furious. Jennifer Aniston says she's been bullied for being in favor of COVID-19 vaccines. Journalists cannot save American democracy. Why Trump's 2022 endorsements are earlier, bolder, and more dangerous than before. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Fragile evidence. Justice Department enters fray, but only Congress can fix racist gerrymandering in Texas. The export boom. Envisioning the effects of big oil and gas along the Texas coast. The next headlines are from Universe Today. A nearby dwarf galaxy has a surprisingly massive black hole in its heart. TESS finds a new Mars-sized planet, with the density of Mercury. A new way to detect alien megastructures. I'm truly happy, Japanese billionaire Yusaku Misawa floats into space station. The game of Explorer would be a new gamma-ray observatory to search for the first stars in the universe, as they explode. Giant stars and the ultimate fate of the sun. Rocket Lab shows off its new reusable neutron rocket, due for launch in 2024. Asteroid Apophis 2029 flyby will provide a bonanza of asteroid science. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, December 8th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Dozens of earthquakes rumble off the Oregon coast. Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus December 6th to December 9th. The local group is our galactic neighborhood. The Magellanic Clouds, our galactic neighbors. Asteroid Nereus flyby Saturday, it's worth $5 billion in precious metals. Asteroid Impact Monitoring System goes live. Photos, this week's moon and planets after sunset. The next news is from Politico. First global studies suggest Omicron escapes vaccine immunity, but boosters show promise. Vote overload, House Conservative protests return to the floor. Boris Johnson deploys England's coronavirus Plan B to curb Omicron spread. Olaf Scholz elected German Chancellor. 7 early signals from Olaf Scholz. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn, here's who's winning and losing. Boris Johnson's credibility questioned as he tightens coronavirus restrictions. House GOP jockeys for top panel spots after Nunes exit. How Schumer and McConnell got the deal done. Meadows sues Pelosi, January 6th panel members. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. The Ashes 2021/22 first test live updates, Australia eager to put foot down after England dismissed for 147. Queensland finally hits 80% mark, but borders to open on Monday. Australia News Live, Barnaby Joyce contracts COVID-19, NSW's Omicron variant cases grow as first infection detected in Victoria, second day of first Ashes test in Brisbane. Kerr booked for flooring pitch invader, Barcelona eliminated from Champions League. Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein together at Queen's Balmoral Estate. CCTV released as police probe Bilal Ham shooting, alleged murder plot. Best of Cartoons, December 9th, 2021. Cartoons of the Week. Communities, Justice the worst WA government departments for vaccination rates. Why you should watch the most awarded Australian film of the year. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Conversation, California's water supplies are in big trouble as drought tightens its grip on the state with the biggest population and the largest farm output. Earnings results, Rent the Runway stock falls sharply after first public results. Supply chain issues to bedevil retailers through 2022, according to survey. Earnings results, RH stock rallies following earnings beat, raised outlook. Newswatch, the surprising investing strategy crushes the stock market without examining a single financial metric. Roku stock rockets to best day since 2019 after YouTube distribution dispute ends. Market snapshot, S&P 500 ends near record and Nasdaq closes higher on hope that Omicron won't derail economic rebound. Earnings results, UPAP stock drops even as results top street expectations. Instagram head Messeri defends app safety record in Capitol Hill grilling. Here's what you need to know about the restart of student loan payments and Americans are not canceling flights as Omicron variant spreads, at least, not yet. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. House Committee okays bill for humanitarian inventions contest, Bloomberg Law. Lab on a chip, ORNL's top commercialization success, Oak Ridger. BGI units appeal DNA sequencing infringement ruling, Law 360. Iran Rippy among 25 leading patent holders in oil, gas nanotech, Trend News Agency. Is it time to dump Rambus Incorporated, RMBS, stock after it has gained 5.03% in a week, Investors Observer. Dr. Mark Cypher on Nikola Tesla, pioneer of the modern electrical age, Ricochet, Ricochet.com. Inventions in our high schools, the Manila Times. Austrian step brings unified patent court closer, Outlaw.com. The Global Architect Institute, the world's first institute to join religion and simulation theory, Religion News Service. Post-assignment validity challenges, limits to the doctrine of assign or estoppel and implications of Minerva, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. Office chairs. Doesn't test well. The stats on COVID-19 vaccines, 1 year after the first jab was given. Yes, abortion is a workplace issue. Jet founder's latest venture, a ghost kitchen on wheels. Why signs of an improving supply chain are an illusion. Africa's largest telecom operator mandates vaccines for employees. These 200 global companies have top-rated climate strategies. India's military chief Bipin Rawat dies in a chopper crash. Amazon Web Services outage. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Report showcases how Elon Musk undermines his own engineers and endangered public safety. Apple notifies more victims of NSO malware hacking attempts. YouTube copyright transparency report shows the absurd volume of copyright claims it gets. Daily deal, Fader stealth drone. Missouri governor still lying about reporters who uncovered ridiculous bad state computer security, still insists they were hackers. Live 360 scandal once again shows nobody in the US actually wants to fix our rampant privacy problems. New Jersey cop facing charges after hitting a man with his car and driving his body to his mom's house. SpaceX engine production woes could screw up Musk's Starlink broadband play. TechDirt Podcast Episode 308, Getting Out of Control. Sydney Poll's Michigan election fraud lawsuit just cost her and her buddies $175,000 in legal fees. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Nicki Minaj. Skillerix. Manchester United. Barcelona. Zenit vs Chelsea. San Marin. Scott Peterson. Mitch McConnell. John Lennon. Halo Infinite campaign. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. January 6th panel to hold ex-Trump chief of staff in contempt. Bill Gates predicts pandemic end date. Russian billionaire faces $7 billion divorce claim. Hillary Clinton shares intended 2016 victory speech. 5 key takeaways from England's shift to Plan B. Russians hate Gorbachev even more than Stalin, Polo reveals. Jihadist knife attack prevented by police. Legendary cyclist begs public for help after thugs raid home, rob him at knife point. Attempt to nail genitals to Red Square fails. Twitter suspends popular Ghislaine Maxwell trial tracker account. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Can any nation-state survive the era of inequality and scarcity? Canada forced to tap its emergency maple syrup reserves. Where is China going? GOP senator says don't rule out first-use nuclear attack on Russia. FDA says it now needs 75 years to fully release Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine data. SEC's Inspector General kept job despite abusing his authority by protecting subordinates. Democrats view socialism more favorably than capitalism, Gallup. Bonds bloodbath, dollar dumped as Omicron anxiety ebbs and flows. Russia delivers protest note to U.S. Embassy warning dangerous consequences for border provocations. Twitter unnukes Ghislaine Maxwell trial tracker account following outrage. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Crypto CEOs ask U.S. Congress for clearer rules for industry. Remain in Mexico, U.S. sends 2 men to Mexico under revived policy. U.S. delegation to head to Vienna for indirect Iran nuclear talks. Saudi Arabia's MBS on first visit to Qatar since end of blockade. UN halts food aid in Ethiopia's Kombolcha, Desi after looting. British PM Johnson imposes COVID Plan B to contain Omicron. Omicron could be milder than Delta, WHO chief. U.S. appeals court halts antitrust orders against Apple App Store. Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes says investors were future-focused. Can a new conflict in Ukraine be prevented? The next headlines are from Breitbart. Jussie Smollett trial, jury has begun deliberations. L.A. Black Lives Matter calls Jussie Smollett trial a white supremacist charade, never believe police. Ron DeSantis, Florida save people's jobs from vaccine mandates. Joe Biden, no unilateral troops to Ukraine right now but U.S. will back NATO. Nolte, Nick lies, GOP opposed Saul Omarova because she was born in Soviet Union. Joe Biden revamps infrastructure messaging with Build a Better America. Hillary Clinton revealing her would-be 2016 victory speech, "You renewed our democracy by electing the first female president." COVID-19 84, Boris locking down Britain before Christmas, again. Twitter blacklists account providing updates on Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Breitbart News Daily Podcast at 27, Big Joey Biden gets, fake, tough on dictators, guest, Rep. Greg Murphy. The next headlines are from UPI News. Australian vacationer returns home to discover $1.4 million lottery win. Look, firefighters rescue mischievous wallaby locked inside owner's vehicle. Watch, sloth bear rescued from well in Indian village. Watch, Voyages of Dr. Dolittle return to Ohio Library 34 years late. Look, Massachusetts company cooks world's largest pot brownie. More than 40 camels disqualified from Saudi contest over Botox enhancements. Watch, Northern Ireland company cooks up world's largest vegan burger. Look, alligator captured after months in Massachusetts river. Sister's birthday brings Maryland woman $50,000 of lottery luck. Colorado World War II vet reunited with items stolen in Prague 76 years earlier. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 5 of 7, what is relationship between tall blonde and tall red-haired non-humans? The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Daily Dunkin' Donuts customer gifts employee a new home so she can keep providing excellent customer service. Surviving 2,000 years, the Nazis, and fire, Caligula mosaic finally returns to museum. Eco-friendly jelly ice cube could transform cold storage, no plastic and doesn't melt. Spectacular G-minute meteor shower next week, see up to 120 shooting stars per hour. Clubtail dinosaur found in Chile had weapon unlike anything seen before, entirely unprecedented. Chewing gum could reduce the spread of COVID-19 by cutting the virus in saliva, says new study. Making terrariums at home, they're beautiful and good for the mind. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, December 8th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Local man arrested for threatening to blow up urology clinic. Jake's Breasts, the mathematician behind Breasts Buildings, the Breasts Alternative, the Breasts Group, and the Breasts Metric, has died at 91. Large California school districts eliminate D and F grades. Fox News Christmas tree catches fire in Manhattan. Sanna Marin, Finland's PM sorry for clubbing after COVID contact. Better.com's boss to employees happy holidays, you're fired. Fox News Christmas tree set on fire in Midtown Manhattan, suspect identified. Veteran courtroom sketch artist says Ghislaine Maxwell has been her sketching buddy during the trial. Mel Brooks says his only regret as a comedian is the jokes he didn't tell. Pakistani train driver who stopped to get yogurt suspended. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. DeepMind's new 280 billion parameter language model kicks GPT-3's butt in accuracy. Can galaxies without dark matter tell us how the universe ends? Courts uphold UK Uber driver classifications but mobility worker challenges remain. The 2021 Renault Zoe scores a pathetic 0-star safety rating in CAP crash test. Metrics can drive your growth, as long as you're looking at the right ones. A crypto savings account delivers huge interest, but at what cost? Notepad gets a new design in Windows 11, including a dark mode. Neuralink and Tesla have an AI problem that Elon's money cannot solve. NASA unveils new weapon in the war on asteroids, an Earth-loving algorithm. UK bets on hydrogen for net zero aviation, but will its plan work? The following headlines are from Science Daily. The impact of drugs on gut microbes is greater than we thought. Ammonite mussels revealed in 3D from Jurassic fossil. ESO telescope images planet around most massive star pair to date. Transforming materials with light. Blood from marathoner mice boosts brain function in their couch potato counterparts. Gravitational waves could be key to answering why more matter was left over after Big Bang. Study outlines ways to help children learn forgiveness. Imagining future guilt helps athletes turn away from doping. Reimagining immunity in the eye. UK university can reduce CO2 emissions by 4% with shorter winter semesters. The next headlines are from Information Week. Balancing productivity and job satisfaction during the Great Resignation. The intentional futurist in the C-suite, watch these signals. Hot network security acronyms you must know: ZTN, XDR, SASE, BIOD. CTO Vogels on cloud eliminating constraints on innovation. Get moving, 3G sunsetting deadline is rapidly approaching. Can CEOs become CEOs? 7 tech trends that will change the fintech industry in 2022. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, December 8th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA administrator pays tribute to senior advisor Mark Geyer. NASA's laser communications tech, science experiment safely in space. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. 5 questions to ask to find the right health plan. Poll: most Utahns don't want Trump to run in 2024. Gordon Munson: I'm sorry, Ute fans, what I meant to say was, Utah now is where quarterbacks go to thrive. Report: Utah dispersed 39% of federal rental assistance by fall deadline. Ken Sanders bookstore, forced to move by developers, finds a home at the Leonardo. Snow expected in Salt Lake City, with winter storm watches issued for much of Utah. Mormon land, how the fight against climate change aligns with LDS teachings. This is when Utah's ski and snowboard resorts expect to open. Utah reports 16 more COVID-19 deaths, including a young woman. Family of man missing since 2017 pleads with public for any possible leads on his disappearance. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Biden wants to make federal government carbon neutral by 2050. Apple won't have to make the App Store changes ordered in Epic ruling while case is appealed. OLXUH.com is retiring. Microsoft to change hiring process after Department of Justice finds immigration-related discrimination. Microsoft rolls out revamped Notepad app to Windows 11 insiders. Instagram's boss faces Congress questions on harm to teens. Your face is, or will be, your boarding pass. Roku, Google settle messy battle over YouTube distribution. Decentralization illusion, central bank group urges regulation of EFI crypto platforms. Older people who get cataract removed have lower dementia risk. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri raising minimum wage to $11.15 an hour. Former St. Louis resident sentenced for child porn. St. Louis hospitalizations up among unvaccinated, prompts booster rush before winter surge. St. Louis native among 4 selected by Cardinals in minor league Rule 5 draft. These St. Louis area organizations accepting toys, monetary donations this holiday season. Mrs. Missouri America continues dyslexia advocacy, other initiatives after competing in national pageant. Scott Peterson resentenced to life in prison for killing of pregnant wife Lacey. St. Louis Blues sign new goaltender, is an epic next? Missouri AG wants parents to report schools enforcing mask mandates. Watch, President Biden discusses infrastructure plan in Kansas City. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Woman sings All I Want for Christmas Is You parody to oppose pandemic emergency extension. CHP, 12 people thrown from truck bed as driver tries to escape Border Patrol. Coming soon, don't miss the San Diego Bay Parade of Lights. Report, Padres Tatis is okay after minor crash involving motorcycle. City offers bonuses, pay increases for open positions as hiring stalls. Homeland Security Secretary visits San Isidro as questions over immigration policy remain. Chaldean community opposes proposed El Cajon redistricting plan. 84-year-old driver killed in North County solo crash. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukrainian Army receives 44 new Kozak-2 M1 armored vehicles. French aerospace firm acquires U.S.-based navigation aids business. Last of batch of Spain-made armored vehicles delivered to Portugal. U.S. Army to receive 110 next-gen PRSM missiles in 2022. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. What role will age limits play at China's 2022 Party Congress? Wei Jingsheng's fifth modernization, democracy. What did Apple get out of its secret, $275 billion China deal in 2016? Battery prices are rising, will EVs get pricier? Cowes, China's collector of stories, is building a podcast empire. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, December 8, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Alum Rock Union School District educators asking for pay increase as contract negotiations stall. Family furious after they're removed from American Airlines flight. Caught on camera, mountain lion takes leisurely stroll at Ben Lomond home. Plumber who found money behind wall of Joel Osteen's church given $20,000 reward. Dramatic video, Coast Guard pulls body from edge of Niagara Falls after car gets submerged in rapids. Company weeds out competition, bakes 850-pound pot brownie. Light drizzle hits San Francisco Peninsula, parts of North and East Bay. House from hell in Colorado has been completely transformed. Take a look. Biden signs order for federal government to achieve net zero by 2050. COVID-19 vaccination and getting sick provides strongest protection against Delta, Omicron. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Close game expert Steelers visit snake-bitten Vikings. Steelers and Vikings, two mystery teams go at it in prime time. 62-year-old woman rescued after driving car into Fox River in St. Charles. Las Vegas company estate gaming boards picked to run Waukegan Casino. After escaping a farm in September, Tyson the bison still roaming the suburbs. Schaumburg woman charged with abusing newborn. Inmates continue to face commissary shortages. Bears QB fields will start Sunday at Green Bay. Elgin could get another Starbucks along Randall Road. Jury begins deliberations in trial of actor Jussie Smollett. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Kshama Sawant, Seattle's Socialist City Council member, is behind in early recall election results. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Terate 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0 in tropical storm. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in United States August 12, 2021, 7:18 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in United States August 12, 2021, 5:43 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in United States August 12, 2021, 5:15 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in United States August 12, 2021, 1:21 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in United States August 12, 2021, 0:36 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 74.07 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands August 12, 2021, 0:17 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Italy. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, December 8th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. The urgency of the moment for Congress on AI and national security. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Texas officials promise lights will stay on this winter. This is not a joke. Klein ISD student expelled after online threats spark concern. Woman pulled from car submerged near brink of Niagara Falls dies. Scrappy Rockets face off with Durant-less Brooklyn Nets in third reunion meeting with James Harden. Will Smith explores the world on new Disney Plus series Welcome to Earth. NBA, DMX, Gabby Petito stand out on Google's 2021 year in search trends. Police investigating human skeletal remains found in front of home in Northeast Houston. Bear Branch Park in the Woodlands is becoming inclusive for all to enjoy. Surveillance video shows package thieves stealing from Pasadena homes just before Thanksgiving. Houston-based Kirby Inland Marine will pay $15.3 million in damages for 2014 Galveston Bay oil spill. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Expelled Coast Guard cadet sues over policy banning parents. Jagsmeyer might micromanage subs after Robinson's benching. Browns Mayfield renewed bye-bye, confident for stretch run. Instagram head faces Senators amid anger over possible harm. Fulmer taken by Dodgers minor league team from Reds. Publix heiress known for philanthropy dies in Florida at 65. Army LB Andre Carter II force for Black Knights. Crypto execs head to Capitol as Congress mulls regulations. Steelers face stumbling Vikings in rare Minnesota visit. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. We're very prepared. Major NJ hospital network feels optimistic heading into holiday COVID surge. Extra, a brief review of the strongest vibes of 2021. Lawmaker proposes setting aside cannabis licenses for transgender and non-binary business owners. Coronavirus stats, school edition, tracking outbreaks in NYC education. New York City's COVID Safe app will soon allow parents to upload photos of children's vaccination cards. A look at the future for Central Park's Delacorte Theater, home of Shakespeare in the Park. Early edition, every figure skater is about to be asked for their thoughts on geopolitical crises. Bench flour bakers bring stellar pastries and breakfast sandwiches to Astoria. Man arrested for allegedly setting Fox News Christmas tree on fire in Midtown. Experience the magic of New York City's longest outdoor illuminated color spectacle. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Climate crisis exacerbates urban inequality in Latin America. Future fertility fantasies. APDA young leaders devise solutions for the future. UN's truth teller on racism, xenophobia and intolerance sees signs of hope amid COVID quagmire and rising hate speech. What explains vaccination rates in EBRD regions? A nuclear weapons-free zone in the Middle East, and the elephant in the room. Refugee voices matter, nothing about us, without us. Belarusian journalists keep reporting from exile, here's how. Navigating complex peace and security challenges together, Grandi. Countries with regulations against industrially produced trans fats tripled over the past year. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Federal judge blocks Biden vax mandate for contractors, all 3 mandates for private sector now halted. Vietnam province suspends Pfizer vaccine batch after 120 children hospitalized. The corruptions of pharma as a service. And a state judge has just temporarily blocked New York City's vaccine mandate for its workers. Biden threatens Putin with economic consequences if Russian aggression continues. The lithium extraction tech that could take Tesla to $2 trillion. Congress tosses proposal to require women to register for the draft. Explosion in new heart conditions explained as post-pandemic stress disorder. CA school bragged boy with pizza to get COVID jab without parents' consent, told him to keep it secret. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Are photos of John F. Kennedy's bloody shirt real? Was a girl found in a log pile cabin 7 months after going missing? Beware of no DUIs in last 3 years refund check scams. Did Kyle Rittenhouse say F you, LeBron over fake tears 2 feet tweet? Museum to fix ripples in Rembrandt's Night Watch. Did Trump say if you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment? New York City poised to give voting rights to non-citizens. Congressional leaders reach deal to hike debt limit. Beware of $3,600 stimulus for homeowners Facebook scam. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Post makes unfounded claims about Omicron symptoms and COVID-19 vaccines. Analyzing Republican attacks on Biden for increase in fentanyl seized. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Senators brand Instagram as the new tobacco for teens. Scientists slipped hubby cancer vac secrets for his lab, feds allege. Mark Meadows sues Nancy Pelosi to avoid testifying before Capitol riot committee. Jussie Smollett's case played out like a damn episode of Empire. Russian state TV drops deranged love letter to its darling Trumpushka. Gross disservice, Oklahoma AG slammed for idiotic vaccine comments. Fox News host cheers Better.com CEO's mass Zoom firings. I love this so much. The Chauvin case was a slam dunk. The Kim Potter trial could be a fiasco. This new fake meat was 3D printed with cocoa butter. Newsmax admits employees must be vaxxed to attend New York holiday party. The next headlines are from the New York Post. WWE's Corey Graves, criticism of on-air remarks about fiancé is woke Bulls tea. Oklahoma spites ex-Sooners coach Lincoln Riley with proposed highway dedication. 10 new Christmas albums ranked worst to best, Kelly Clarkson and more. De Blasio slammed by ethics panel for coercion and improper access over donations. Latest Russell Wilson trade rumors bring a Giants twist. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. How do black holes swallow straws? Comet Leonard, view 2021's best comet. Titan in a test tube, Earthbound chemists search for alien life. Capture the cosmos with your smartphone. Ask Astro I, the universe is full of dust, what's it made of? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Spacewatch, Japanese billionaire blasts off, rover spots mystery hut on moon. Colorado ski resorts start to feel nervous with lack of snow and above average temperatures. CES, scientists on whether current vaccines can fight Omicron. Bizarre coral reef sounds offer hope of recovery after destruction. Omicron, what we know about the new COVID variant. Scientists using creative solutions to protect, rescue manatees after record number of deaths. Groups hope to save Florida's manatees amid record deaths. What a former CDC director says about Omicron. Atlas V rocket launches 2 Space Force satellites. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Weird, wild UFO sightings from throughout history. The unsolved mystery of the Lubbock Lights UFO sightings. When UFOs buzzed the White House and the Air Force blamed the weather. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. NYC Mayor-elect Eric Adams to announce David Banks as NYC Schools Chancellor, sources. Scholz replaces Merkel as German Chancellor, opening new era. Additional charges filed against Waukesha parade crash suspect Darrell Brooks. Canada officially bans LGBTQ conversion therapy for both children and adults. Jussie Smollett hate hoax case goes to the jury. Finland's 36-year-old Prime Minister sorry for clubbing at 4 a.m. after COVID exposure. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson mandates masks, urges remote work amid Omicron surge. I know this will be hard. California prepared to become abortion sanctuary if Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. Pelosi won't forgive Trump and his lackeys for inciting January 6 attack on Capitol. AOC denounces Rep. Lauren Boebert over gun-toting family Christmas photo. The following headlines are from military.com. Biden, severe consequences for Putin if he attacks Ukraine. Spy suspect wanted to flee U.S. because of Trump, not to evade arrest, lawyers say. The Marine Corps owns part of Route 66, so it made a special eagle, globe and anchor for it. SEAL team commander dies after training accident. Accounting of unknowns from USS Oklahoma ends with reburial of 33 remains. How the U.S. military could mobilize if Russia invades Ukraine. House approves defense bill with pare-down reforms. Afghans wait and worry at U.S. bases after frantic evacuation. Dozens of deceptive websites set up to lure military community, report says. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. State regulators give initial okay for 2 suburban casino proposals as 2019 gambling expansion plan crawls forward. Jury deliberations end for the day in Jussie Smollett's trial for allegedly orchestrating and reporting a staged hate crime. Is aldermanic power killing affordable housing projects in Chicago? HUD is investigating and seeking answers from the city council. James Harrington, who taught philosophy at Loyola and wrote Book on Time, dies at 54. Illinois moves to prohibit dark money in judicial races, but it's unclear what effect that will have on states' free spending campaigns. Corrections and clarifications. Democratic congressional primary in new heavily Latino district starts to take shape with entry of State Rep Delia Ramirez. Chicago Bulls continue to fight COVID-19 outbreak as Matt Thomas becomes the 4th player in 8 days to enter the NBA's protocol. Homewood East Hazel Crest site picked for South Suburban Casino. Jussie Smollett trial, timeline of the former Empire actor's Chicago criminal case. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Research uncovers how damaged cell nucleus reseals and repairs itself. Ocean tides are gatekeepers of groundwater discharge to Hawaii coastal zone. Scientists show how wildfire smoke increases ozone pollution. Research reveals how plasma swirling around black holes can produce heat and light. Study shows how waste can be converted into materials for advanced industries. Super heavy science, labs' actinide abilities enable the discovery of new elements. In the neighborhood of microalgae, location is key to bacterial carbon use. Why democracy by deterrence might be weakening in the United States. Australia's National Science Agency sets beef benchmark for protein production. Biodiversity collections enable foundational and data skills. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, December 8th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. 4 people, 4 different paths into citizen science. Craving binge-worthy reality TV? Mental health experts can explain. Why are chimpanzees and gorillas suddenly going to war? CBD gummies for sale. Top 5 carnivorous plants of North America. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Australia's deputy leader tests positive for virus in the U.S. Bang, Nebraska crash test could lead to safer road barriers. Michigan man charged in assault on officers in Capitol riot. Progressive Democrats pressure Pelosi to discipline Boebert. Dick's Drive-In on Capitol Hill to close for remodeling. WKU record setting QB's app named CUSA MVP by coaches. Giants give Fromm most of snaps in Arizona workout. Mike Hopkins says UW men's basketball team still not practicing after positive COVID-19 tests, putting Sunday's game versus Gonzaga in question. Explainer, what does an Olympic diplomatic boycott achieve? Library display pairing Bible with explicit books removed. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Biden chooses Meg Whitman as U.S. ambassador to Kenya. Joe Judge, Saquon Barkley and team make Little Giant fans' day in Arizona. Jury completes deliberations for day in Smollett trial. Robert Quinn now credited with the sack of Kyler Murray in Sunday's loss, giving the Chicago Bears pass rusher 12 for the season. Hanukkah celebration draws huge crowd at San Jose's Santana Row. Which electric vehicle is Southern California's hottest used car? Prosecutor, Potter failed right, defense calls it mistake. Dolphins place tailback Patrick Laird on injured reserve, opening up roster spot. Ravens coach John Harbaugh says no huddle offense definitely an option to help solve slow starts notes. Little changes as San Mateo County supervisors approve new district lines. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Mark Meadows sues Nancy Pelosi, January 6 committee, report. Last shipment of U.S. arms arrives in Ukraine amid Russia tensions. Biden administration's overreach affecting states' rights, too. January 6 to dominate Dems 2022 races as some in party say tactic goes too far. U.S. ranks 10th in study of most thoughtful countries. Pentagon gets new reporting tasks for China. Pentagon warns China is preparing for military campaign to take over Taiwan. Democratic leadership denies slow-walking punishment against Boebert. Jeopardy! Stays with hosts Mime Bialik, Ken Jennings for the season. The next headlines are from The Intercept. On 60 Minutes reality winner opens up about the motivation for her leak and the psychic toll of her confinement. Daniel Hale receives International Whistleblower Award for drone document leak. Two companies fight to corner the police body camera market. Oil-backed group opposes offshore wind, for environmental reasons. Life after Guantanamo, it doesn't leave you. Jen Psaki accidentally tells the truth about how expensive COVID rapid tests are in U.S. Senator Chris Murphy, a longtime Saudi war critic, votes to support missile sale. These chemicals disrupt the sexual development of children, and they're everywhere. The Iran war that Obama tried to avoid is now around the corner. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, December 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Commercial property tax increase okay to fund mag-mile security improvements. It's a family firearms Christmas. QB Justin Fields brings drama and hope back to Bears-Packers rivalry. County Dems want written loyalty pledge from candidates seeking party endorsement. Bears rookie OT Tevin Jenkins feeling 18 years old again. A top streets in San official with deep daily ties indicted in Bridgeport bank failure case. Aaron Rodgers, I don't regret saying I own the Bears. Financing back in place for Michigan Avenue Tower. Social media amplifies a stance closer to hate than reason. Food cart vendor beaten and robbed, Belmont Cragen community steps in to come to his aid. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, December 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Sheriff Gonzalez talks jail operations, attack on female deputy. Ho, ho, holy hell, Rockets holiday schedule is brutal. Things to do, catch 2 holiday shows with Houston Symphony Chorus. Texans safety Justin Reed nominated for NFL Man of the Year award. This week's best concerts. Omicron variant detected in Houston's wastewater. Houston Texans must do some self-examination in final 5 games. Things to do, Jeff Rosenstock, White Oak Music Hall, December 10, 2021. Houston's history of Black-Jewish relationships. Popping in at Post Houston. The next headlines are about world records making news. Bet Soul Train Weekend, record-breaking joy hits Harlem with the longest Soul Train line ever, bet. Gamecock alum closes in on world record visiting every NFL venue, Wiz 10. No world record for Mediapolis elementary students, Burlington Hawkeye. An area university now holds a Guinness World Record title, KMMO.com. Strength Lead Feat of Strength, U105 kg World Record Atlas Stone set for December 11, 2021, in Colorado, Barbend. Nighttime catch of giant muskie breaks 64-year-old record, USA Today. Kyle Chalmers withdraws from Short Course World Championships, Swimming World Magazine. KSTAR fusion reactor sets new record, nuclear engineering. Swimming World December 2021 presents How They Train with Elmbrook Swim Club's Campbell Style, sponsored by Strek Cords, Swimming World Magazine. Jonas Dykman completes world record-breaking triathlon around the globe, SwimSwam. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. The Last of Us Bill will now be played by Nick Offerman. DARPA is exploring ways to wirelessly charge drone swarms. Samus wants to be carbon neutral by 2030, but no word on planned obsolescence. Largest ever flying animal jumped 8 feet into the air before liftoff. After polluting their water for years, Florida says it will start feeding starving manatees. This $700 Mandalorian helmet has been years in the making. Was it worth the wait? Finland's Prime Minister very sorry for going clubbing until 4 a.m. after COVID-19 exposure. Don't Look Up is a climate movie about more than disaster. The best sci-fi, fantasy, and horror IO9 rewatched in 2021. Central Intelligence Agency Director, of course, the Central Intelligence Agency is into cryptocurrency. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Marble Bar in Australia at 113.54 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Delayankir in Russia at minus 77.98 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 61.1 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Apple won't have to allow iPhone apps to use third-party payments tomorrow after all. Tor is under threat from Russian censorship and civil attacks. Stadia finally launches on LG TVs, shows off the greatness that could have been. Our favorite set of noise-canceling headphones under $100 is on sale today. Despite mountain of evidence, Elizabeth Holmes claims to remember things differently. Omicron weakens vaccine protection, but boosters revive defenses, early data finds. Roku and Google settle YouTube feud just a day before the app would have been pulled. Some true believers in space settlement are starting to make it happen. Ubisoft's first NFT plans make no sense. Razer's RGB smartphone cooler attaches to iPhones with MagSafe. The following headlines are from Raw Story. January 6 organizer blasts Trump advisors for drinking donor-funded champagne in a war room during riot. We'll lose that seat, conservative radio host begs Trump not to endorse accused sex blackmailer for Senate. Madison Cawthorn may have broken the law during meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, report. Russian media calls Trump sorely missed after Biden warns Putin of severe consequences for Ukraine invasion. Young Democrats are right, there is no reason to date or befriend Trump voters. Beer-toting MAGA rioter arrested after boasting on video of storming Capitol while carrying Coors Light can. Investigation reveals disaster that unfolded after GOP governors and Department of Defense sent troops to the border. New photos show Ghislaine Maxwell massaging Jeffrey Epstein's feet on private plane. Senate Republicans try to block Biden vaccine mandate. Omicron may pose higher reinfection risk but could be milder than Delta, WHO chief. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. January 6 committee threatens Mark Meadows with contempt. It sure looks like Trump is going to decide the Georgia governor's race. Biden's Beijing Olympics boycott is a good start. What happens next is even more important. Environmental activists turn talents inward and unionize. Trump continues to glorify the January 6th insurrection. Stupid-looking statue of Nathan Bedford Forrest comes down in Nashville. Canadian pilots rally to supply towns isolated by flooding. The guy who tried to sue a fake Twitter cow is going to lead Trump's media company. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The Peerless Imagination of Craig Tate, The New York Times. What we learned about life beyond Earth in 2021, SETI Institute. Alien Life on Titan, Astronomy Magazine. The Matrix and the Sci-Fi Stories That Became a Reality, BBC News. This robot looks like a pancake and jumps like a maggot, The New York Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Get tuned into music as medicine, Houston Chronicle. Exercise plasma boosts memory and dampens brain inflammation via clusterin, Nature.com. Adaptive stimulus selection for consolidation in the hippocampus, Nature.com. Helping the nervous system heal itself, Your Valley. More and more experts gurus are obsessed with breathing well, the benefits, myths and harms of learning to breathe through your nose, Intellect. Evolution and function of neurocognitive systems in non-human animal scientific reports, Nature.com. Over €2 million awarded to University of Helsinki and Aalto University for research identifying mechanisms of depression, Mirage News. Study reveals the protein's key contribution to heterogeneity of neurons, MIT News. Sensory computations in the cuneate nucleus of macaques, pnas.org. AI researchers fight noise by turning to biology, Quantum Magazine. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, December 8, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Skinwalker Ranch, where there's smoke, there's mirrors. Skinwalker Ranch owner, Brandon Fugel responds to contrary analysis of paranormal activity. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, December 8, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.